In early 2017, former world number 1 Roger Federer pulled off an amazing feat few expected him to ever again achieve. Despite continual lapses in form and nagging injuries that had long since put his best playing days behind him, the resurgent Swiss beat longtime rival Rafael Nadal in a 5-set thriller to win that year's Australian Open. His then record 18th Grand Slam trophy added to the many others won over his 20-plus year career, an incredible span of time which saw many changes play out in terms of his choice of tennis equipment. Clothes became much thinner and tighter to enhance movement, rackets shrunk in weight and increased in size to improve power output and handling, and in general virtually all aspects of the sport, from court composition to tennis ball manufacturing to integrated smart sensors, all adopted enhanced and advanced technologies to squeeze out every extra bit of power, speed, and overall ability from its players as possible. So why was it that Federer, to win arguably the most important match of his life, played with a 150-year-old tennis string made purely out of cow intestines, despite the availability of modern-day, technologically advanced multi-filament strings? Just what centuries-old secrets do natural gut tennis strings contain that players like Federer, Djokovic, Serena, and many others unconditionally swear by? And considering today's increasingly eco-friendly and socially conscious society, just how close are we to cracking the code of replicating or outright replacing it without the use of animals? So, why animal guts for tennis strings? How is this idea even derived? Well, flashback for a second to the year 1875, a time period before the plastics manufacturing revolution, which saw every consumer product composed of some easily harvested natural material. With the earliest iteration of lawn tennis still in its infancy, the wooden tennis racket invention was still in need of a strong, resilient, and tensile material to rebound the rubber ball upon contact. This predicament caught the attention of French businessman Pierre Babolat, who, as the owner of a specialized natural gut processing facility for sausages, surgical thread, string instruments, and archery, pursued an opportunity to gamble on the new sport by creating the world's first natural gut tennis string, a gamble which surely paid off, as the Babolat company today remains one of the most premier tennis racket and string manufacturers in the world. Back to the string, though officially termed catgut, its original iteration was not composed of cat, nor cow, but sheep. Here's how it works. Upon receipt of processed animal intestines, the manufacturing facility will separate a fibrous protein called serosa, the thin membrane that covers the intestinal wall, from the surrounding muscle. This serosa byproduct carries the tremendous strength and elasticity features needed for optimal tennis string performance. Once disinfected, cleaned, and prepared, the serosa ribbons are bound together on tension racks to begin the carefully controlled drying process. Following a final round of polishing and waxing, the string-like product is packaged within a special humidity and sunlight-controlled wrapper for shipment, a month-long process from start to finish that requires 2 to 3 animals per one set of strings. Now, though incredibly laborious and wildly expensive to manufacture, natural gut until very recently remained the string of choice for players of all levels for a variety of reasons, despite the myriad of alternatives that popped up throughout the 20th century. Why? To put it plainly, its elasticity simply could not be replicated. Upon contact with the tennis ball, the collagen found within natural gut serosa is uniquely capable of stretching back further than most synthetics could, with an unrivaled ability to return right back to its original form with minimal tension loss. Not only does this shock absorption promote increased comfortability, reducing instances of common ailments such as tennis elbow, but the trampoline effect allows players a tremendous amount of power generation. Additionally, due to its tension-retaining abilities, the string quality degrades at a much slower rate compared to competing string types, allowing for longer periods of time between restring jobs granted the gut remains unbroken. To fully grasp this invention's merit, throughout the almost 150 years of ceaseless natural gut production, the original formula and processes for making the string has changed very little, the only major modification being that sheep were switched to cows at some point early on, as the lengthier cow serosa was found to offer greater tensile strength. All in all, natural gut seemingly appeared to command an unending virtual monopoly over the professional tennis string industry. That was, until a shaggy-headed Brazilian youngster hit the scene. In 1997, the then unseeded and relatively unknown Gustavo Kuerten shocked Paris when he won that year's French Open, a feat the future number 1 would achieve 2 additional times in his career. Few knew it at the time, but inside Kuerten's racket brewed a secret recipe few dared to attempt themselves. He strung with Luxolon, a polyester string. Why was this significant? Well, polyester surprisingly had been around as a more durable gut alternative for many years, but due to the string's extremely poor tension-holding capabilities and unforgiving stiffness, few players ever seriously considered using the string in the age of serve and volleying. However, as rapid development in composite materials technologies of the time began allowing for rackets with larger head sizes and lighter weights, the growing breed of baseline players such as Querten found that polyester strings within these far more maneuverable rackets allowed for never-before-seen shot-making capabilities. In short, spin and control. Thanks in part to Querten's Western grip and topspin-heavy playstyle, ground strokes could now be swung at much harder as the spin would always sink them back into the court. Balls that appeared to be flying 8 feet out landed on the baseline, and opposing net players were incessantly burned whenever facing the Brazilian, as the sublime spin and control afforded by his racket aggressively angled his ground strokes as soon as they crossed the net cord, inciting whispers and rumors that the string should be banned for offering what players perceived as an unfair advantage. This, of course, did not happen, and the polyester string helped give rise to a new generation of topspin-focused 21st century tennis players, most notably that of Rafael Nadal. With professionals now seeing the benefits of strings to be important as the rackets themselves, the casual testing of different materials became outright investigations. Nylon, Kevlar, Vectron, even titanium were among the many materials repurposed into tennis strings with various results, with the nylon-based synthetic gut remaining a staple for budget-conscious recreational tennis players. Most recently, advanced multi-filament-based strings, composed of hundreds of combined microfilament materials, continue to add various tweaks and refinements when compared to the original natural gut feel, where interested players today truly can find a string type that perfectly matches their playstyle. Arriving at modern day, a full string job with natural gut almost appears to be a relic of the past, with recreational players finding the delicate string too cost-prohibitive, as one racket's worth can cost upwards of $50 before labor. On the professional end, today's impressive array of synthetic options offer far more control in contrast to the overbearing power imposed by the organic gut. So where does that leave the renowned product that started it all? Down, but far, far from out. You see, when stringing a racket, a player is not limited to using only one type of string, though many continue to string their full racket bed with one 40-foot package of string. More commonly today, especially on the professional scene, players will opt for a two-piece string job, meaning that the vertical mains can be strung with one type of string, while the horizontal crosses are strung with another. Though odd-looking at first glance, this mix-and-match option has undoubtedly become one of the most popular configurations for high-level tennis players throughout the 21st century, combining the best aspects of both natural and synthetic strings while negating the downsides of both, depending on the placement. For example, players who already generate ample topspin that are looking to reduce racket stiffness and increase power might consider the original hybrid method, combining their main polyester setup with natural gut crosses, a system used today by players such as Andy Murray and Grigor Dimitrov. Conversely, big hitters looking to reduce power while adding a touch more control and spin would benefit greatly from the reverse hybrid setup, where natural gut mains are combined with polyester crosses, famously employed to this day by stars such as Roger Federer and Serena Williams. With the known benefits of hybrid systems having now become so well known that even recreational players today continue to adopt it, most string manufacturers, including Luxilon, the company that started the polyester craze, now offer pre-cut hybrid sets, bringing natural gut back to the forefront for the foreseeable future. So while the animal-based material continues to reign king, will it remain that way? While we don't currently possess the vegan-friendly material of the future, despite everyone on the scene wanting the next Querten effect, don't think there aren't already a countless number of materials engineers and data scientists tirelessly working on the next magical tennis substance as you lazily watch this video. Of course, in today's day and age of online learning, you don't need a fancy degree filled with hours of trudging through formulas and equations in a boring chemistry class to understand the science behind what goes into engineering tennis rackets and strings. Instead, why not learn with today's sponsor, Brilliant? Brilliant is an online learning platform for STEM subjects that replaces lectures with hands-on, interactive, and most importantly, fun lessons. With just a bit of your free time, Brilliant's Science Foundation course will help you easily understand how physics, chemistry, and light work around us in our everyday lives. You're not going to have to suffer through any long lectures or big blocks of text. Instead, learning through interactive lessons and games designed to help you gain STEM knowledge by actually doing it. Already a science whiz? Brilliant has courses for people of all skill levels, so explore advanced topics such as this course in computational biology, learn a brand new set of skills in the cryptocurrency course, or maybe even start your journey on the computer science foundations path. Brilliant really does have something for any curious learner. You can join their community of over 8 million other learners today with 20% off an annual subscription by being one of the first 200 to sign up at brilliant.org/culttennis.